everyone, welcome. I am Nicole Arrington coming to you from Helena, Montana with Big Sky Cards. And tonight I have two cards to show you with the Blossoms in Bloom bundle set. Here I've got this, the ginormous stamp on my ginormous block. And I think we're just going to go ahead and get started. I love how this is the more complicated, but you can just make it as simple and sweet as you want. So I've got a piece of Night of Navy cardstock that was 8.5 by 11 that I folded in half, along with a piece of Designer Series paper and from the current in colors of Daffodil Delight. So that comes in the bright pack, I think. Not 100% sure on that. I think Daffodil Delight comes in the bright pack. But check if you absolutely have to have the Daffodil Delight. Alright. So I'm going to do that. And then I think I am going to get to my Stampin'. So I'm going to set these extra pieces, all this aside. Set that up in my kit, and I've got a piece of basic white cardstock that is, I think it's 1 3/4. I will put it, nope, it's 2. Okay, by 5 1/4, and I will post this on the link below, so that you can see all the dimensions and all the materials I used. And I am going to take this, and I'm actually going to get a scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to stamp with it. I'm going to stamp a couple images, and I'm going to get my big old block. Let's see. Oh, but I'm only going to put in like a couple of these. So I'm going to get my big old block and stamp a couple of these. And I'm going to use Balmy Blue for the big flower. And because this doesn't fit the whole thing, you just got to decide how you want this. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in like that. I wonder if I want it stamped off. So here we go. I can try this again. Questions. I think I like that one more. I think I want a stamp off. Alright, let me get my Stampin' Chamois. And normally I would just take this but this is so big. It's really hard to put that in my little case. But I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Alright. Then, let's get a little block and some Daffodil Delight. And over here, ooh, also let me show you these dies that come with the set. I am not using either of these dies with this set, but let me tell you, aren't they gorgeous? And this can make you two-toned flowers. I mean, that's just stunning. And extra little teeny tiny flowers. I mean, come on. Can't get better than that. Alright, so I've got a little pansy. Well, a posy. A posy rose. And then one here, and we'll put 3 of them on. And then I'm going to clean this off again with my chamois. And then I've got another piece of basic white cardstock that I die cut. Let's see. I was smart enough. I die cut with this die set, the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Aren't they just, they just give things just such a nice little texture. And I'm going to take that, and I'm going to get my Night of Navy, buried way down there. Get my Night of Navy cardstock, and I'm going to add a couple stamps to give it some more va-va-voom. And then, also with the Night of Navy, I want to put centers on my flowers. Alright. Well, I want to put centers on these. On this one. And this one. And this one. And then from there, set that there. I'm going to pull out the round little dot because they just fit so nicely in there. Dot those up. But I mean, I can't put little blue dots in those. So I am going to take my daffodil. And let me tell you, when I was making these cards, I was kind of like on the same color set here. I'm digging that yellow and blue color combo. Okay. And then I also have from the circle dies, where are they? Here's the set. I finally put them like on 2 magnetic sheets because they just have been all over the place. So here's the 2 sets of circle dies, and I cut out the second to smallest regular circle, and then a coordinating scalloped one in Daffodil Delight, to which we need to stamp a sentiment. And the sentiment I was thinking about using was Happy Birthday. Here's the thing though, this Happy Birthday doesn't fit. So I've got a couple options. I can come in with my scissors and cut that in half to make it fit. But I mean, that does mean that your warranty is no longer good with Stampin' Up. So you may not want to do that. So you have kind of a second option, and that is to come in with your marker. Oops, let me adhere this to a block. So what I'm going to do is put this on my block, and I'm just going to come in with a marker, and all I'm going to do is color the happy. Okay, so here I go. I can stamp the happy, and then it's important to clean that off really well. And next one I'm going to work on is the birthday. And I just come in with the side of my marker, do that, close the pen up, and voila. So even though the happy birthday isn't in the right shape, design, whatever that I want, I can get there with everything that I've got. Alright, so now I think I'm on to assembly. So let's put those down. Alright, so I've got a couple pieces of scrap that are approximately 1/2 inch by 5 1/4 inches long. The 5 1/4 is important, the width not quite as much. And all I'm going to do is put a thin strip and attach that to that. And then I'm going to do it the same thing to this one. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to come in, adhere that about there. And then this panel of Whisper White. Oh no! Oh no, guys. Oh no. I don't have any leaves. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay. Well, hold on. We can add them after the fact. Whew. Disastrous. Okay. That is disastrous, though. Okay. I forgot to add leaves. Dun 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 dun. Oh, excuse me. All right. So, with these leaves, I may not be able to stamp off as well as I like. Let's give. So I am stamping an old olive. Just get a little one like that. That'll work for me. And then let's give this flower a large one. And oops. Okay. And I think that's okay. Let me clean the... I mean, come on. Who forgets their leaves, honestly? Must indicate that I've had a rough day. Oh gosh, that's a big leaf. I don't want a big leaf. Too big. Let's go back to the little ones for the for this lovely little tyke. Give it one more here. Should be good. All right. clean those off. Set that aside. Alright, now I can take my circle, put it on my scallop circle, and then put that on here. And then what I want is I'm going to take some Night of Navy, ribbon, and the Night of Navy ribbon that I have in my house right now comes from a really, really old set. Now, obviously I haven't used it yet because I still have it. But here's the thing, is even, I'm not sure that there is Night of Navy available to purchase, but if there's not, I think there is, or a close enough shade. Guess what? You're going to see what I'm going to do with the next one. I didn't have the color, so what I'm going to do is take this ivory color, it's kind of a creamy color, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Up! Blends. But this time, I've got what I needed, so I used it. So you can take a white ribbon and take your blends and just color it, and I'll show you that on the next card. Alright. I think I want that smaller. Just want to... The bigger the ribbon, the bigger the bow. What I really want is a cute little one. Cute little fat one. Okay. Cut. Snip that at an angle. And then I am going to use a glue dot. Now, the General liquid glue, it works wonderful with this. It's just that you have to give the card 10 minutes to dry with that bow there. So you can't just use the card right away. But if you use glue dots, obviously they stay. And you can use it right away. So, here's this card. Isn't it wonderful? I love it so much. Let me go ahead and kind of clean up a little bit. Heaven forbid. Set that aside. And let's pull out the materials we're going to use for the second card. Alright, so the second card I have Night of Navy as well as piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4. Night of Navy is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and a basic white die cut. And that also comes from this Stitch So Sweetly dies. I like that we could use multiples of the same thing. Let's try to decide what I wanted. What phrase I was going to use. Now again. Okay. Anyways, not important right now. So I'm going to take this cardstock again, fold it in half. You can score it at 4 1/4 or not, but sometimes I could just get frustrated that it frays a little bit if I don't score it. So it's normally scored. I'm going to set that aside.